Hello, Joe here from Manhattan Review. Today we discuss the first step of our 6-step process to approaching GMAT sentence correction questions. Subscribe to our channel to see each video breaking down this process in detail. With practice, you will find that you can accurately answer sentence correction questions in 90 seconds or less. You may recall from the introductory video of the Manhattan Review sentence correction method that these are the 6 steps of the full Manhattan Review method towards approaching GMAT sentence correction questions. In this video, we discuss step 1 in detail. Step 1 of the process is to read the sentence. This is simple, but there is a bit more to it than just reading the sentence to yourself. You also need to decode its meaning. Understanding the overall meaning of the sentence before pre-processing it is critical to leaving the important details in while being able to quickly remove details which are not essential. Remember that, above all else, we are problem solving to choose the sentence which is logical and conveys the intended meaning. Today we will read and decode 3 sentences to get the hang of it before moving on to step 2, pre-processing. The first sentence we look at is: the setting of F. Scott Fitzgerald's famous novel, The Great Gatsby, was inspired by his experience living in Great Neck, New York in the early 1920s. When decoding a sentence, we want to find the most basic elements, the subject and the verb. What is the action and who is performing it? In the case of a be verb, who or what is being described? It is often easiest to identify the verb first. Here we can see that the verb phrase was inspired. Now finding the subject is simple. Who or what was inspired? Right, the setting was inspired. While the setting was inspired is technically a complete sentence, it does not truly encompass the meaning conveyed in the original sentence. Here, inspired was used as a verb, not an adjective. To answer the question, inspired by what, we include by his experience living in Great Neck, New York. The other details in the sentence are interesting, but not imperative to understand the overall point being made. We have now decoded this sentence to mean the setting was inspired by F. Scott Fitzgerald's experience living in Great Neck, New York. Let's look at another sentence. The intricate social structure of ants includes a few individuals reproducing while the rest serves the colony by nurturing juveniles, gathering food, building the nest, or battling invaders. Again, I like to look for any verbs first. In this sentence we see many verbs. Includes reproducing, serving, nurturing, gathering, building, and battling. So what was meant to be a simplifying tactic has now made this task pretty complex. So for the moment I will ignore the gerunds, that is any verb ending in ing. Now we can more readily identify the main points conveyed in this sentence. We recognize that the social structure is the subject of the clause with includes. We also see that the rest is the subject of the clause with serve. The 2 verbs in this sentence encompass 2 points being made. The first one is that the social structure includes individuals who reproduce. The second is that the majority, or the rest, does the other jobs needed to keep the colony running. Now I have paraphrased my understanding of the sentence. The specific jobs listed are interesting, but not imperative to the meaning. When looking at answers for this question, I want to keep in mind that the meaning should still convey the social structure of ants includes a few individuals reproducing while the rest serves the colony by completing the other jobs needed to keep it running. Finally, let's look at the sentence we will use for our next video explaining preprocessing. Remember, this is a problem we will work out in the coming videos. And just a note, you will probably notice grammatical errors already. This is an example of a question scheme in a sentence correction question in which the underlined part is identical to answer choice A. Keep in mind that this is only step 1 of the process. By the end of this particular video, we will not yet have identified the answer. In fact, we will introduce the answer choices only in the next video and concentrate fully on decoding the question scheme for now. Our sentence says, the West Nile and Zika viruses, like nearly all mosquito-borne disease, does not occur in mosquito larvae, but rather are transmitted by female mosquitoes which become carriers by biting infected humans. Again, let's begin by identifying any verbs. Here we can see the verb phrases does not occur and are transmitted as well as the verb become. The subject for both does not occur and are transmitted is West Nile and Zika viruses. Become refers to female mosquitoes. Here again, we have decoded the meaning of the sentence. This is something we consider as we continue to work through more complex part of the 6-step approach. The final answer should still convey that the West Nile and Zika viruses do not occur in mosquito larvae, but are transmitted by female mosquitoes. Female mosquitoes become carriers when they bite infected humans. As you can see, step 1 is a fairly simple process. It may seem trivial to say read the sentence, but it is a vital step that builds a strong base in understanding the intended meaning of the sentence. Now we can be sure to maintain logic and meaning as we move forward to more complex steps in our approach to GMAT sentence correction problems. Be sure to subscribe to our channel so that you can see all of the videos breaking down this 6-step approach and other great videos helping you with your GMAT prep. Until next time, this has been Joe with Manhattan Review. Happy GMAT studies!